shirt. Contreras reported the incident to the judge, but Judge Donninger ignored her pleas. Enraged that Contreras was reporting the assault, he proceeded to arrest her on the basis that she was falsely accusing an officer of the law, which, as we should point
Yo, what's goody? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back for another video reaction. Now, I'm gonna do another video reaction called 7 Shocking Courtroom Moments Caught on Camera. You know, by Top Trending. The original video is from Top Trending. Let's check this out.
During the hearing for rapist and serial killer Alfred Gaynor, one of the most violent courtroom outbursts took place. After sitting through days of Gaynor's trial, the son of one of Gaynor's victims finally leapt into action and attacked Gaynor as his defense attorney spoke of the harsh conditions Gaynor faced in prison. The man charges at Gaynor at full speed, drags him across the courtroom with vicious punches, and even slams a large chair against the man at full force. Gaynor was said to have raped and killed the man's mother in a particularly gruesome fashion, and the details were too much for this man to take. After the beating, Gaynor is seen limping out of the courtroom with the help of an officer. The courtroom is then evacuated until order can be restored. After the incident, the man was charged with disrupting courtroom proceedings, and Gaynor was charged with 4 life sentences in prison.
What?
October 2003, Van Nuys, California. In the midst of a difficult murder trial, attorney Gerald Curry leaves the confines of the courthouse one day to return home to continue preparing his case. Outside, he is met by William Stryer, a man Curry never had claimed to have met. Stryer withdraws a gun and quickly shoots Curry in the neck. Curry manages to scamper away and duck behind a tree as Stryer continuously fires at point-blank range, but missing every time. After he runs out of bullets, Stryer gives up his attack and tries walking away as if nothing happened, only to be attacked by local guardsmen outside the courthouse. While Curry never claimed to know Stryer before the assault, he does believe that he was connected with a previous case. Curry thinks Stryer was hired as an amateur hitman by a local firm that hired Curry in previous years and failed to deliver. Stryer was eventually charged and prosecuted after his first trial declared that he was mentally unfit to stand trial. Curry went on to practice law for years after his attack.
Really? Oh man.
In one of the most bizarre courtroom instances of all time, convicted arsonist Michael Marin not only succeeded in his plot to burn down his home for the insurance money, but also in his own suicide during his own trial for his crime.
He needed the money to burn his own house. Oh, what a stupid idea, man. Previously a well-known Wall Street trader and millionaire, Marin believed he could buy and sell houses for a major profit in a lottery system that he set up, where he would purchase homes for cheap and then auction them off for a higher price. When the state learned what he was doing, they deemed the lottery illegal and shut his project down. Furious, he was now stuck with a home he did not want. Marin burnt the home down to make his money back. After being caught and placed on trial, Marin swallowed a cyanide pill, which took effect on camera. His body convulses violently as he chokes back and falls forward into the arms of his defense attorney. Marin was rushed to the nearest hospital for treatment, but he was pronounced dead upon arrival. One lawyer went to a fairly extreme length in order to get his client off at an even stranger court hearing. In 2003, Walt Disney World worker Michael Chartrand was going about his daily routine dressed as one of the park's characters, Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. Chartrand was stopped by a mother and her daughter and asked for a photo, which he happily obliged. But during the photo, the mother accused Chartrand of groping her daughter and took the incident up with park officials. Chartrand was swiftly arrested and put on trial under the care of defender Jeff Kaufman. In a last-ditch effort to ensure that his client would not be found guilty, Kaufman donned the Tigger suit in court himself to show the jury how it might look as though a man in a Tigger costume would be groping someone smaller, but how in actuality no physical contact would be made.
He also argued to the costume's limitations in peripheral view and movement, which seemed to be enough for a jury, as they claimed Chartrand not guilty, and he was free to go on with his life.
Really? No way.
In 2013, a man named Peter DeConnick was charged with the brutal murder of Ronald Russo. As it came out in court, DeConnick reportedly stabbed Russo a total of 69 times and left the man to bleed to death before eventually...
69 times? For what? Why? Whoa.
Actually being caught by local police. At his trial, when the details of DeConnick's heinous crime were read out to the jury, Thomas Russo, the victim's brother, leapt up from his seat in the viewing area and charged toward the defendant. He was so powerful in his attack that it called for multiple officers to restrain him. In the ensuing fight, one officer was injured and sent to the hospital. Thomas Russo was then given his own arraignment and court date for the interruption, which he later said he regretted. In one of the most infuriating court cases of all time, a court-martial named Ron Fox was charged with sexual assault after reportedly fondling and groping Monica Contreras when she appeared in front of a judge for a standard divorce case meeting. After watching Contreras talking with the judge, he asked her to follow him to a back room so he could search her for drugs. There, he patted the woman's buttocks and breast before forcing her to lift up her shirt. Contreras reported the incident to the judge, but Judge Donninger ignored her pleas. Enraged that Contreras was reporting the assault, he proceeded to arrest her on the basis that she was falsely accusing an officer of the law, which, as we should point out, is not something one can be arrested for. Contreras was hauled off to jail and eventually released. She later sued Fox and spurned an internal investigation, which found Marshal Ron Fox guilty of what he had been accused of, the removal of Judge Donninger, and Contreras $200,000 richer after a healthy settlement for her troubles.
Wow. That's not that.
In 2014, a Florida judge named John Murphy randomly struck issue with public defender Andrew Weinstock and proceeded to antagonize the man after he attempted to get his client a faster trial. Murphy and Weinstock proceeded to yell and argue with each other in front of the camera before the judge informs Weinstock of his desire to fight. Weinstock leads the way out of the courtroom with the judge following, and the two can be heard physically fighting in the hallway outside. The judge eventually returns to his position as if nothing happened and continues his work with the other charged defendants, and was removed from his position a year later for his altercation with Weinstock.
That was crazy. Crazy things happening, man. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, man. Share my videos, guys. Thank you guys. Peace out.